Welcome back. It is Tuesday, which means it is Hot Take Tuesday. We have a few hot takes from the Discord, so I'm going to go through them, give you my opinions on every hot take, which is really four actually. If you guys would like to drop hot takes in the future, join the Discord. There's a lot of activity in the Discord. People are always talking amongst each other, talking about football. If you want more people to talk about football consistently, that Discord is a place for you. And every Tuesday, I ask for your hot take, and I pick the best ones, and then make the video. If you'd like to be featured in a future video, your hot take, make sure to join Discord. There you go. You'll be featured. So, the first one we have here is from Not Arc Shadow. His hot take is the Texans lose out and go 1-15-1. This is an interesting one. It's possible because the Texans aren't a very good football team. And it seems like it's the same thing every year. So they don't have an easy schedule for the rest of the year. They play the 6-2 Giants. The Commanders are beatable, but not by the Texans. Dolphins, yeah. They play the Browns. Deshaun Watson comes back. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. We know Watson's going to come back and he is going to light it up. No, he hasn't played in a long time, but he was such a good player when he played. I doubt he's going to have a hard time getting back into it. Then you have the Cowboys. Yeah, the Chiefs. Ouch. Titans. Ouch. Seems like the Texans find a way to squeak one out on the Jaguars here and there. They did beat them earlier in the season. That's their only win. Do they do it again? I don't think so. Then you have the Colts. That's a beatable team by anyone. Anyone can beat the Colts right now with the Colts having no offense. So, the scale that I do use here is piping hot means least likely. When I use cold or cool means most likely. So for this one, I'm going to go cool. I think it's likely that the Texans lose out. There could be a game like the Titans game. The Titans find a way to lose to teams they should beat later in the year. So I can see the Texans just pulling one out there. Other than that, the Colts are definitely a team that they could beat. Other than that, the rest of this schedule for the end of the season is really tough. So I'm going to go cool. Then the next hot take we have here is Jalen Hurtz finishes with 5 interceptions. So this means that Hurtz can't really have like a 2-interception game, have 1 interception game here and there. No. This hot take by Silver Sabs is an interesting one because Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are not really a team that want to pass the ball first. They want to run the ball more. So that limits the ability for the defense to try and take the ball away. And on top of that, Hurts has just been so efficient and so damn good. So, does Jalen Hurts throw for 5 touchdowns? I'm going to go, or 5 interceptions. I'm going to go cool. I think it's likely that he does throw 5. But does he throw more? I don't think so. I think 5 is the limit. I don't think he's going to throw more than 5. All right. Then we have Gold 4307. The New York Giants make the second round in the playoffs. I love this one. Because the Giants are looking like a pretty good team. But there are some things to watch out with them. Like they haven't really put... How are we going to do it? They haven't really gone for the jugular in games. They haven't put games away. They've won them. They haven't really put games away. They're winning, though. So, when they get to the playoffs, if you don't put a team away, it's going to be difficult to win. Because teams are going to fight 60 minutes. Doesn't matter who it is. They're in the playoffs. They're going to fight 60 minutes. And the Giants need to figure out ways to pull away. If they don't, could start catching up with them. But the way they're playing right now, they're very technically sound. One of the best passing defenses in the league. Rushing defense is a little different of a story. Rushing defense is not very good. Daniel Jones has been efficient. He's made plays when he needed to. He's made the throws that you need him to make. He's been the ultimate game manager. Saquon Barkley is healthy, and he's been phenomenal. And Daniel Bellinger, tight end that has been severely underrated and not talked about enough. I could see it. I could see it. The playoffs, the NFC isn't all that strong. I could see them making it. Maybe knocking out a team like the Seahawks. I can see them beating the Vikings. Maybe the Eagles. I think the Giants could beat anyone in the NFC. Anyone. I think they're that kind of team. They're sneaky. They could beat anyone, but I think they could also lose to anyone. Nonetheless, I'm going to go hot. I'm going to go warm. No, I'm going to go... No, I'm going to go warm. Meaning it's unlikely, but the possibility is there. If they face up with a team like the Vikings, I think they beat the Vikings. The Bucks, I think they beat the Bucks. Seahawks, maybe they get their revenge. Eagles, I actually think that the Giants are a pretty good matchup for the Eagles. Other than their rush defense not being great, their pass defense is very good. And they can run the ball right up the middle very well. The Eagles, we saw this past week versus the Texans, we found a weakness in this Eagles team. The Texans did. Run right up the middle. Because the Eagles struggled when the Texans ran right up the middle. Dameon Pierce got it done. And if Dameon Pierce is going to do that to the Eagles, just imagine what Saquon Barkley can get done versus the Eagles. Niners, I think that's maybe the team they don't match up well against because the Niners are very well coached, balanced team. I think the Niners are a dark horse for this thing this year. I know Jimmy G isn't the guy. I know all that stuff with Dave McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle. Defense is solid. Niners are underrated. They're not being talked about enough. I think the Niners are the team that will give the Giants struggles. The Cowboys could too. I think the Cowboys match up well against the Giants. So, I think it's warm. I think it's likely. And then maybe some other teams that may make it. Maybe the Falcons find a way in. Maybe the Rams. I don't think the Rams are going to actually make the playoffs, though. I think the Rams are going to miss. The Commanders, I don't see them making it. Yeah, the Saints, maybe they find a way. They looked good. They looked good the other week versus the Raiders, I think it was. And then they put a stinker up versus the Ravens, which wasn't too bad. But I'm so all over the place in this video, but I'm going to stay on more for the Giants. I've spent a lot of time on this one, but I think the Giants are a team that needs to be talked about a little bit more. I think they're not a team that's going to blow you away by their play, but they're technically sound, they're well coached, and those teams find a way to win sometimes, and I think this Giants team is going to fight, and I think they're going to win. I think they could win in the first round. So let's move on to the last one here. Red Panda has the Eagles lose in divisional after getting first seed. I can see it. Now, they're really hot right now. They're playing very well. They match up versus a team like a hot Buccaneers team going to the playoffs. They match up against the Giants, as we talked about earlier, the Niners, the Seahawks. All these teams match up pretty well versus the Eagles in their ways. The Giants can run up the middle. The Niners have phenomenal scheme, phenomenal play calling. Cowboys can pound the ball and play really good defense, run and pass defense. Buccaneers, they find a way to get hot. They figure something out. They can be tough to stop. You don't want to play Brady in the playoffs. I don't care how old Brady is and how bad he looks right now. Seahawks are a dangerous team. The only team I don't think is dangerous in the NFC is the Vikings. I don't think the Vikings are dangerous. They have one loss, and yeah, it's to the Eagles, but the Vikings have been barely squeezing out games. The way they're winning is not sustainable. I get it; they're 7-1, and to a certain degree, your record shows who you are. The Vikings aren't gonna do well in the playoffs. I fully believe the Vikings are gonna be one and done. The Eagles, I could see it too. A lot less likely. A lot less likely though, but I think it's definitely possible. So that's all I got for you guys today in this Hot Take Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in to Hot Take Tuesday. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the post notification bell on any future videos. And remember, join the Discord so you could be in a future Hot Take Tuesday video. I go to Discord, I ask for the hot takes, and you guys post them, and I feature it in a video if it's good. If I like it. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. This is JDW Sports Talk Show, signing off.